How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another episode of the Yearbook challenge. So in today's episode we are going to tackle the FC Fantasy League, finish that off, hopefully claim that Martin Odegaard. The marquee is way beyond our capabilities even right now, but hopefully we can push through and claim that Odegaard. So I just wanted to quickly show the team, and you'll notice we have a Icon Van der Sar in the net. So just to briefly explain, I was unable to get access to the account, but I was still using the web app. So I actually managed to do a Icon player pick, and I've just flashed the result up on the screen. Wasn't much, nobody in the yearbook, so I just chose the goalkeeper. And in one of the 83x10s, I think it was, we got Info Modric, which pretty decent pull. Probably not going to be touching our team after the fact, because we do get some big pulls coming up. But just to note them off the yearbook, we've got Bernardo Silva, which we also got from 83x10, I think. I don't know if that was in the last episode or on the web app, but we got the Bernardo Silva. We also got a Kobe Mainu and Zaire Emery. So those two have also been knocked off the yearbook. I just need to make sure I do not submit them into an SBC, because there's so many times I've nearly done it. But just looking at the silver preview pack, and I noticed we had the Hanover kit, and I am aware that kits, even on PlayStation and Xbox, can sometimes spike, or the rarer ones seem to be the silver ones. So I just double checked, since this is actually on PC, and I thought the market would be much more rarer, and my guess was correct, and it was a pretty much extinct kit. So we've listed that straight up on the market, and we're going to head straight into our first fantasy game of this day's games. So we've got another 12 to play here. So the first 12, I believe it was 9 wins did we get? Can't remember exactly, it's been a couple of days since. But anyway, we went into his first game, and the first game was going really bad to start with, but then we picked back up. Son into Bellingham, usual goal, but didn't really last. We got into the 90th minute and we was 4-4. Maradona gets the 91st minute goal, and you'll notice that 90th minute goals are kind of a theme with this set of games. Some went for us, some went against us. You kind of just have to live with it in FIFA. You know, 45th minute, 90th minute, momentum can just shift and you're going to either concede or score, really. Next game, 4-0, nice neither. So we move straight on to the third game. So in this third game we played a guy who was actually pretty decent, but we got 2 lucky breaks, and then the third one, Son again into Bellingham, 3-0, and the guy actually decided to rage quit. So I was quite happy with that, because that guy was pretty good. So we went straight into the fourth game, and I believe this one was a tough match. Again, 1-1 into the 74th minute, Heung-min Son hits the crossbar, and Lamine Yamal is there to tidy up. So we take a lead in this game, 2-1, and then into the 91st minute, so again another late goal. Declan Rice this time with the winner, 3-1. Another happy game with that one, a tough one, but happy to take the points away. And into the 5th match, we played against a pretty decent guy again, I think, and yeah, we did lose that one, 2-1. The 6th match, here we are, Adama Traore at front, 1-0 loss. I think that was actually Adama Traore who scored in that game, if I remember. So the 7th game, and again this one was a really tough match, 4-0 loss, and I was starting to lose my composure at this point, because we were playing some really good players, and it's just tough when you're playing with the team I was playing. But we moved on to the 8th game and we actually won that match. So I believe we went 4-4, or was it 3-5? I can't remember. I think we played 8 games. So we ended up picking up the Benacer, and we picked up the pack for the 12 wins, I think, was it? We cleared a few more of the objectives for the fella card. I don't think we're going to finish that one. The season track, picked another pack up from there. We cleared the trade pile just to make sure, and we relisted some cards. So the 80 plus by 3 gives us an inform, so we're quite happy with that. Straight into the club. Nico Paz, 87 rated inform, pretty good, we're happy with that. So we moved on to the next pack. No walkout, centre mids from Argentina, Bundesliga, and who's that now? Leverkusen. I can't remember his name. Palacios, that's the one. So nothing in that pack either, and the 84 by 5 actually gives us a fantasy card. So we've got a CDM English and Barclays Women's Super League, and it is Kira Walsh from Chelsea. So I believe she's 92 rated. Yep, she is, and she's a pretty good card actually, so I'm quite happy to get her. She's got very good defending and passing, so she'll go straight into the team. And I don't know if I went on. Yep, so she's a 1997, so I think she can go straight into the team. And after this point, this is basically the next day. So I was selling stuff during the day on the web app, and then once I finished work I came home and just got straight back onto it. I didn't leave myself a lot of time to play these games before the 6 PM refresh, so I think I actually had 26 minutes ish. While I was actually on the web app earlier in the day, I noticed there was a couple of cards that I wanted to pick up, so I put them onto the bench just so I remembered which ones I wanted. That was Gavi, Kimmich, which I wanted to put into an evolution, and then I wanted both Messi and Ronaldo. So we went straight into the first game, and I believe we had 4 games that were in. I'm sure we had 4, but the first match, here it is. So no changes to the team, absolutely the exact same. And the first match we won 5-1, so we're quite happy with that one. And I don't remember playing that guy, so it must have been a pretty easy game. The next match, I think this guy was tough player, but 90th minute again, here you go. Heung-min Son, Neres, Heung-min Son, so that's such a scrappy goal that you kind of take him in these sort of situations, so quite happy it went for me and not against me. But so out of the 4 games we got 2 wins straight away, and I noticed we was really pushing for time, so I was really worried we wouldn't be able to finish 4 matches. Again, I thought about quitting in games, but I didn't want to affect the elo. If I lost, I wanted the elo to be dragged down with me, which was a prime example in that game. 4-1 down. He was such a better player than me, so hindsight, maybe I should have quit, but would that have affected my future games, and maybe it affected how I finished in the end? Again, this guy was quite toxic really, kept pausing the game, which I just didn't understand. He was 4-0 up or 3-0 up, and it actually ate enough time that it went into and past 6 o'clock. So I actually lost one of the games from the final set of 12, so I was a bit annoyed with that, but what can you do? So we've got 11 games to pick up the remaining wins for Odegaard. But here we are, we've got a couple of objective packs, so a 75 by 2, nothing in that, Romagnola, and then we've got the 82 by 20, which gives us another fancy card. So we've got a striker, and that's Nigeria Super League, so we've got Osimhen as the front card, and who's the fancy in the background? I think it was Cucho Hernandez. Yeah, it was Cucho Hernandez. So he's a pretty decent card. I've used him for a couple of games on my main account. He was alright, nothing special, but 90 rated card, you gotta be happy with that. So nothing else in the pack, so we go straight back in. And since it had passed 6 o'clock, I actually wanted to I just decided to just pick up the players I wanted. So we picked up a Gavi. and I believe that's, yep, 750 coins. And then we went for Kimmich. So we had a look at the pricing, and the PC price is so weird. It doesn't seem to update properly. So you have to actually put the minimum and maximum buy nows in for it to update, but here we are. So we picked up a Kimmich for 4,000 something, a Ronaldo for 5,200, and then Messi was the most expensive. For some reason he was fluctuating. He was going from like 11k to 13k and then dropping back down, then going back up to 15k. So I just straight up went for a 13k Messi, so picked him up, and that leaves us with 4,000 coins. So I looked into the evolutions, and it's knocking Gavi, Ronaldo, Messi and Kimmich off. And I wanted to put Kimmich into this defensive playmaker Evo, because it makes him actually a really good card, either if I played him as CDM or if we put him into the right back position. And the Evo was running out in 3 days, so we locked that one in, and I just wanted to see where we stood. So we had 11 games to play and we had 15 wins. So at the maximum we could get 26 wins. Don't think we're going to get 26. I'd just be happy with 5 wins, get the Odegaard, get out of there, but we'll see where we are. So the first game of the 11, we played against a decent guy, I think it was. I think we lost this game. Yeah, we did. 3-1 loss. So that was a tough start. So 10 games remaining. Hopefully 5 wins. So we've got to go 5 and 5. So this game, 3-1 up. We then scored to make it 4-1, and the guy decided to quit. So 9 games remaining, 4 wins needed. Can we do it? So the next game, I believe this one was also a pretty tough game. I think we lose this one as well. Yep, 6-4 loss. So another tough match. So 8 matches remaining, still need that 4 wins, so still got to go 50-50. This guy was also a pretty weird player. I think he quit. I think he paused the game immediately to sub his left back out, but I didn't understand why he'd even start with the left back. Surely could have just started with goal player in there, but either or, 4-2 win. We take that. So we've got 7 games left, and we need 3 wins, and then that made it 2 more wins we needed after we picked up this win here. Rounded the keeper in errors and a 2-0 rage quit. So we've got 6 matches remaining and we need 2 wins. So we went into the next match straight after, no dilly-dallying, straight in, and I believe we got blown away in this match. Yep, 5-0 loss. That was a tough match, probably the toughest I had up until this point. So I wanted a bit of a breather, so we went into the objectives just to see what we'd got. So we'd finished the Granada kit and we got the rare electric player pack for that. Looked, we had 18 wins, 2 wins needed for Odegaard, so I was right in my math, and we have the 5 games remaining. So all we just need to do is get a 40% win rate, which I was really hoping we could do. So the first match, we went straight into it, and we picked up a goal in the 9th minute, and the guy actually decided to quit. I could not believe it. He must have been having a really tough time, because he wasn't a bad player. We got a pretty lucky breakaway, and then the following game we won 3-2. I think we scored in the 85th minute to win this one. So played 2 games, 2 wins, 3 games remaining, but we achieved the 20 win mark, which I really wanted to get to. I was so happy to do it. To the last 3 games, it was very lucky that I did get the 2 wins, because the first game got absolutely blown away 7-0. That guy was the best player played all session, like the full league. He was way better than everyone else. We lost 2-0 and then 4-2. So that's just 3 games gone. Didn't get any more wins, but we did get the 20. So I was very happy with that. So we've got the Odegaard, we've got the 18 win reward, and we've got the 16 win reward. So we're going to claim all those right now. And I believe we started just having a look at the Odegaard. I was looking at the profile to see how it can be upgraded. I was looking at the in-game stats, because I'd not actually played my main account games at this point. I'd only played this one. I just wanted to get them out of the way, just so they're done. So it's the first time I've actually seen the Odegaard. Went straight through into the store. So the rare Electrum player pack. I don't believe there's much in this one. Yeah, nothing interesting for us. So move straight on to the 80x5. No special card. We did get a walkout, a right back, which is Trent. So we sent Trent into the club, and we actually sold the David Neres we had in our team because we didn't need him anymore. The Fantasy League was done. So then we've got an 85x5, was it? We got a centre mid from Portugal, and that is Bernardo Silva, but we did get a double walkout, and that is Harry Kane. So that's another player off the yearbook. So we'll tick him off. Just have a look what else we got in. We've got a Return, Grimaldo, and a Bruno Guimaraes. So we're pretty happy with that pack, to be fair. Some decent fodder. Knock Kane off. And we will go into the final pack, which is an 87x3. So we hit a fantasy, and that's a Cam from Portugal, and it's the Barcelona woman player. So I think her name was Kika Nazareth. That's the one. And we actually got 2 foot fantasies, with the second one being Zaniolo. And that's actually going to be everything for today. So we achieved what we wanted. We got the Odegaard. Very happy with that. So thank you very much for watching. If you do like the video, please give it a like. Please comment something below if you want me to do anything with the series. Subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ciao.